Good morning, students. In my first two videos, I explained the chapter. In my third video, I had given some small question answer. Today, I am going to continue the same thing, giving question answer, explaining of Standard 8 SS Chapter 3. Standard 8 SS Chapter 3 Lecture 4. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about some small question answers. Okay. Now today they are little longer. Okay. Now question is, what is a constitution? What is a constitution? બંધારણ શું છે? What is a constitution? Constitution means બંધારણ. બંધારણ શું છે? Okay. Now one thing. First point. Here I have written 4 points. Okay. First point. A collection of systematic rules. A collection of systematic rules for running the government. Once again, the collection of systematic rules. Rules for what? For running the government of the country is known as the constitution of the country. It means a systematic set of rules for to run the country. Okay, that is called constitution. A collection of systematic rules for running the government of the country is known as the constitution of the country. My dear student, I also say that a constitution can be in a two forms, either written or unwritten. Okay, our country has the written one, and it is the longest written constitution. Okay, second point, a constitution can be in written or unwritten form. So it is written or maybe unwritten. Okay. And my dear student, when we run the country, we should not have unwritten. It should be written. Okay. So each and every person, my dear student, those who are studying these things, law, LAW law, that you know, LLB. Do you know this degree? LLB and ML, LLB and LLM. Okay. Now next one. A constitution can be in written or unwritten form. Third point, most important. No country can be ruled without the constitution. My dear student, it is important to have the constitution. Got it? It should be. Okay. So no country can be ruled without the constitution. My dear student, if there is no constitution, how can we follow the rules and regulations? Okay, if we do not know rules and which are the rules, how can we follow? Okay, so each and every country should have constitution, and constitution means a systematic set of rule for running the government. Got it? And last point, all the democratic countries. Democracy means that we said everything lies in the hands of people. Okay, so all the democratic countries of the world have their constitutions. My dear student, the democratic country, they should have their own constitution, because in a constitution they write, okay, which are the rules, and if rules are broken, okay, if they don't follow the rules, law for the lawbreakers, okay, which kind of punishment can be given. Okay, so everything lies in this constitution. Got it? Now once again, if you want, I can repeat same thing. What is the definition? A collection of systematic rule for running the government of the country is called the constitution of the country. First point. Second point, my dear student, the constitution can be in two forms, either written or unwritten. Third point, no country can rule without the constitution. And the fourth point, all the democratic countries should have their own constitution. My dear student, many countries are there in the world, democratic countries. We are the biggest democratic country. Okay, India is the one of the biggest democratic country. So all the democratic countries in the world have their constitutions. Now next question is, I have already explained, but still I am explaining in a different way. Okay, who were the main leaders in the formation of the Constitution Committee? Who were the members? Many members were there, but I have written here very few names, well-known persons, those who have good personalities. Okay, there were many, okay, but here we are writing only very few, those who were main. Okay, now when I explained the chapter, I said that when the Constitution Committee started their work, the Constitution Committee started their work on 9th December 1946. 9th December 1946, before the independence. And my dear student, we know many leaders were there here. The main leaders in the formation of the Constitution of India were, okay, who were there? Number one, Jawaharlal Nehru. My dear student, we know Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. Who was the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Dr. Rajendra Prasad. My dear student, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, when we say about Dr. Rajendra Prasad, when India became independent in 1947, 15th August, after that we had Governor General and there was no post of President. There was no post of President. But when our Constitution came into force, at that time we removed the post of Governor General and we put President, the post of President. And my dear students, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first President of India. Got it? Okay. So who were the main leaders? Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, we know, we are familiar with him and we are staying, we are living, we are learning in his village only, near Garam Sarbai. Okay. Now, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the first Deputy Prime Minister, Griha Mantri, okay, Home Minister. Then Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sayyid Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, and Sardar Baldev Singh. Okay, so who were the main leaders? Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, Sardar Baldev Singh. Okay, and main scholars were there. The leaders who have good knowledge about the constitution, like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Krishna Swami Iyer, Dr. K.M. Munshi, Kanhaiya Lal Munshi. Dr. K.M. Munshi means Dr. Kanhaiya Lal Munshi, etc. I also explained that just to represent Anglo-Indian community, Frank Anthony. So Frank Anthony was the representative of Anglo-Indian community. S.P. Modi was the representative of Parsi community. And my dear student, in order to represent female, okay, so Sarojini Naidu and Vidya Lakshmi Pandit were the chief female leaders who represented female community. Okay, lady. Now, my dear student, my next question is: fundamental rights are called the soul of the Indian Constitution. Give reason. My dear student, when you were in 6th standard, you learned about our fundamental rights. Okay, you learned about fundamental rights in standard 6 also. My dear student, it came in standard 7 also. But why these fundamental rights are called the soul of the constitution? Soul means atma. Soul means atma. My dear student, without atma, without soul, there is no body. Okay, so if there is no soul in a body, that is dead. Similarly, if there is no fundamental rights, It is nothing. Okay, so why the fundamental rights are called the soul of the Indian Constitution? Give reason why more important is given to the fundamental rights. First point, the rights. First I have to give a definition about the fundamental rights. What is the fundamental, okay, rights? Now the rights provided to an Indian citizen, the rights provided to an Indian citizen by the Constitution of India are called fundamental rights. It means the Constitution gives certain rights. My dear student, then I will explain which rights we are getting from our Constitution. Okay. So first point, what is the definition? The rights provided by provided to an Indian citizen by the Constitution of India. Okay, we are getting certain rights. Okay, and they are called fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution was ready, that I have already explained. The Constitution was ready on 26 November 1949. The Constitution was ready on 26th November 1949, but it came into force on 26 January 1950 after 2 months. And I already explained why this date was given 26 January. Okay. So first definition is what is called fundamental rights. Now about Constitution. So Constitution was ready on 26 November 1949, but was put in use. Okay, it was enforced on 26 January 1950. Okay, and after that we started following Constitution. Now third point, the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights assures means assures that citizen can live his life peacefully with dignity. My dear student, if what is called peacefully, it means nobody can harm you. Nobody can harm you. Okay, nobody can create a problem for you. And if anybody does, can be a petition or a case can file against the person. My dear student, when we consider about fundamental rights, I would like to say you can directly go to High Court. Okay, no problem. Okay, when anybody snatches away your fundamental rights, you can directly appeal in a High Court also, no problem. Okay, so the fundamental rights assures that a citizen can live his life peacefully with dignity. Okay, peacefully means shanti thi. Okay, peacefully and with dignity. And my dear student, the rights provided by our Constitution, the rights provided by our Constitution are similar to those provided by other democratic countries. My dear student, we know each and every democratic country they have Constitution. Okay, if there is no constitution, we cannot say it's a democratic country. Okay, and my dear student, which are the fundamental rights? Here I have written only 4. There are 6, but here I have written 4. Okay, so right to equality, it means no one is higher, no one is lower. When we consider about the gender, male female, my dear student, both are equal. Okay, we cannot say male can higher and female can lower. No, my dear student, all are equal. Now we can say in each and every field we can say ladies. Okay, even lady pilot is there, ladies they had got post in army, police, even railway also. Okay, so in each and every field the ladies are there, girls, women. Okay, so right to equality. Second thing, nobody higher lower means when we consider about the caste. Okay, my dear student, we do not have casteism here. Okay, all are equal. We cannot say I am from higher caste and you are from lower caste. No, my dear student, the casteism is not there. According to the Constitution, all are equal. Okay, third thing, freedom of religion, that I have already explained, that India is a secular country and we have not found our, we have no particular national religion. Okay, third thing, freedom of speech and expression, that is most important thing, my dear. Here we have right to speak, but my dear student, if you want to speak against anyone, there should be some proof. Okay, without proof we cannot speak against any person. The constitution gives, the right, but my dear student, if you are not able to prove, they may put you in a jail also. Okay, in Gujarati, suppose if anybody does, okay, if anybody does something, say something against you, and my dear, without proof, if they say, you can file a case against that person also. Okay, so freedom of speech and expression and right to constitutional remedies. So these are the fundamental rights. So got it, why the fundamental rights are called the soul of the constitution. Okay, because these fundamental rights given by the constitution, my dear student, because of these fundamental rights, we can live peacefully life. We can live peacefully life with dignity. Okay, got it? Thank you.